Hey, it's Wes here with another video, and today we will be harvesting about 41 pounds of honey. So, first off, I had to go grab the honey outside, and I will time lapse that because it's just me facing the other direction. But you can kind of see me picking up the frames and putting them down onto the ground, which I'll put into a Tupperware bin and then transfer back to my
It's
house.
Wes back inside, and we got about 16 frames of honey, and we're gonna extract it. So the basic things that you need is an extractor, 5-gallon bucket, strainer. This is what a frame of honey looks like. What an extractor does is it basically spins the honey out, and then you open this valve right here, and the honey comes pouring out into there. And then the strainer, if there's any leftover wax or anything, it goes through that so it's nice and clean and right into the bucket. And then from the bucket you can just jar.
So right here, I was cutting the wax off the frame, and what that does is capping the frame seals and cures the honey, ensuring it is ready for long-term storage and harvesting. So that just means like it'll last forever, and it's easier for me to harvest it because the honey isn't dripping all over the place when I'm taking it out of the beehive. So after that, I put it in the extractor so I could spin it out. And spinning it, basically all the honey flies out of the cells and it goes into the bottom, which then you open the little valve and it goes into the strainer and then goes into the bucket and you get it into jars. So right here, I'm just cutting off the wax on the rest of the frames to put in the extractor. And then I will turn the extractor on and you can see the honey spinning out into the bottom.
It's a little bit loud, but here's the last 4 frames spinning out.
Okay, here's just a quick time lapse of the whole job. It took me about an hour to finish extracting it, and then it took me like an additional 30 minutes to an hour to jar it, which I'll show you in the next little part. Alright, so we're done extracting and it's all in the bucket, but here is the first jar of honey. So this is my favorite part because it kind of reflects back on all the work that you've done, and it's the most satisfying part. So once you fill the honey up in the jar, then I just put them off to the side and I fill up as many jars as I can, and then I will go back and put all the lids on. This is what the first jar looks like. The honey is very dark. Without the like year or the seasons from spring to fall, it goes in the spring it's like light but kind of dark, and then summer it's really light, and then in the fall it's like really dark, and it was the first day of fall for that. I was almost done here. After I fill up all the jars, I put all the lids on.
Little thing here, peel it off when you get it. And that's it. Time lapse.
So right here I just finished putting all the lids on the jars, and then I washed them all off in the sink because sometimes there's just a little bit of honey left on them because I spilled or just missed. and then they're all clean, so then I put labels on them. So here's the finished product of one. Um, Once they're all dry and clean, then it was all good, and then I just started throwing a bunch of labels on. There was 61 jars. I was finishing up the front, and the front just says my brand, which is Penfield Farm, and then the back has a QR code with my YouTube on it, which I do next. And then right here, I was putting the second one on, which is QR code, and then this finished product of one. So I finished, and that's all the jars just sitting there. Thank you for watching the video. These were the bees after I put all of the stuff out that they could clean up.